All right, here we are. I'm just extremely, like every emotion you could think of. Bitter, upset, frustrated. Today is just an absolute train wreck. And I'm here to recap it for you guys. So, let's just dive into it. I want to get this one over with for sure. So, today, you know, I got to look up something for you guys because we had such a massive explosion today in momentum. Yesterday, DWAC was the one that really took off. It ran after hours and it created all this momentum and FOMO and you know, so much more. So many traders came out and traded today. The amount of shares that were traded on some of these stocks is just ridiculous. So let me see if I can pull up. Okay. PHUN. I want to see if I can find the tops of these. Okay, Funware, the stock PHUN. Up 1,000% today. So this is the kind of insanity that we were faced with today. And you can only imagine I'm extremely pissed because I did horrible. I'm massive red today. And how could that possibly even happen when you have stocks like this, PHUN, that run up to 1,000%. Look at this thing. The previous day it was trading at $1. Okay, goes all the way up to $24. Ridiculous. Anyways, guys, I'm down big red. I'm down 6,946 bucks, which is just a devastation. It's just a complete blowout. And it's days like today, I'm just like, why do I even bother? I just want to go, you know, crawl in a cave somewhere and just forget this. But the truth is, I got to stare at it, and it is what it is. And I've either got to, you know, stop trading completely or try to work through it. And of course, you can't, you know, dig such a massive hole that you're negative on your account completely. But you've got to make progress. And I just took, you know, today was just, I don't know. This month has been kind of one step forward, 3 steps back. Well, today, honestly, let me take that back. This month was like 1.5 steps forward and 1 step back until today. Today was like what felt like 50 steps back, 100 steps back. So, anyways, enough of me moaning and groaning and bitching. Just because I made horrible mistakes, I didn't practice any discipline, and I just it was greed. And it's just pissed because when you see so many stocks today, I'll name them off. We got PHUN went on a massive run. We had WAAC that had huge continuation today. Goes into a halt. Gaps massively up at 170 bucks. And so when you see this, it's like, how could you be negative on the day? And it's because, you know, when you miss out on some of the moves, you try to go chasing them and it just doesn't work out for you. So all right, this is what I want to get into. So as you can see, let me start with my main trade. See, it was CRTD. First off, take this note. With DWAC, we knew there was continuation on this one. Problem was that we had a very long halt. I don't know what that was, 20, 30 minutes, maybe longer. Anyways, we went into a halt for a very long time. And I know there's a lot of traders either currently in that stock, they were frozen in a sense. They couldn't trade it anymore until it opened back up. So PHUN went on its run, right? Same thing. A bunch of people hopped into it. But there were a few halts where, and especially on this one, you got stuck for a while. You could not get into it. So PS, I was not in this trade when this happened, but let me know. I know it's hard to admit to this, but if you were getting in on PHUN and were stuck in this halt and got caught to the downside gap, look at this massive gap. So disgusting. 18 bucks all the way down to 8. This right here literally wiped so many people out of the market completely for probably forever. So my condolences if that was you or, you know, someone. There's definitely people who got wiped out from that. Anyways, that's why it's a lot of the, you know, this stuff, this momentum can really be risky when you have these huge runners. Of course, the saying, what goes up must come down. That's exactly what happened. Anyways, as all these stocks were going into halts, there was CRTD. And this was the only one that didn't go into a halt for a long time. It did initially up here. And so my plan was I had started to trade it in here. And initially I did okay. Look at this. Starting positive and up 54 bucks all the way up to 1,000 or 1,200 bucks. Great work there, all on CRTD. And my thought was, I saw those other stocks go into a halt and I go, this is perfect because this stock is the only one trading and it's moving hard and fast to the high side. And so I'm going to stick in this, keep trading it. But it seemed like it was building up enough to where it was going to go into a halt like the other ones and just completely go to the high side and, you know, squeeze people out. And what happened here is I got caught. I was trading in here, got caught in here, and ended up, I think, doing a market sell and got dumped it. I think I took my first loss on it, which wasn't horrendous, but it was significant. And then we hit all the way to the bottom here and flashed up. And then we got to the second candle here and I see it moving up as we were green, moving up here. And I was thinking, damn, this thing's reversing hard. I think it's got the legs, the momentum to really blow past everything and just rock it off. And so I decided to hop in, getting in, I think it was around $9, and decided, you know what, I'm going to have to hold through this because that's just how it seems like this momentum is right now, where so many of my scalp trades in the past wouldn't do me justice because I would get in, get out, and make profit, but I would miss a lot of these huge moves. And you just had to, which was really hard to do on a risk management level, is hold the stock and go on, you know, take the ride of going to the upside. And of course, there's the problem of, you know, that can easily go the opposite direction. But with all the momentum, you know, it seemed like every stock that was popping up was just shooting off. That was the problem today, and it caused me to chase a whole ton of stuff. Anyways, I got into this, held it, and we kind of go through this a little bit of a sell-off, kind of a consolidation, get a pop here, and I could have sold for break even right in here, but I decided no. Let me wait. Let me be patient, because if this thing really breaks through, it's going to be absolutely worth it, and I'll be sitting in a great position. You know, false break there, sold off, and my first mistake here was holding this and holding it through just a lot of this crap here. A huge sell-off. It's like at that point, it's worthless. And you know, just ended up selling. So that was my first huge loss on the day, putting me down, going from being up 1,200 bucks to being down 1,700 bucks. So huge, massive loss. And from there, I mean, I don't have to tell you much more other than it just instilled this, you know, revenge. It started pulling every emotion out of me, and I should have just thrown in the towel. And I couldn't. Today was, there was just no self-control. And as it faded off, I said, okay, I'm done with CRTD, and tried to move on to some other stocks. And you know, I went back and traded PHUN. After it had kind of come back, it did its sell off and kind of came back up, and I just went in and traded. Had so many trades on this one, and I went back to DWAC a bunch too, as it was kind of slowly pulling up. The thing was, it really couldn't break through hard, and it was just kind of slowly chipping away. So I took just a ton of trades, really getting nowhere. And I guess I got so frustrated with that. I was just waiting for the next thing. I traded BENE. This was no good. You know what would happen to me is I would actually get in on some of these, huge, great move here. But once again, what goes up comes down, and the problem is figuring out where it does the turnaround. And as soon as it does, you better get out of town, because, you know, this kind of sell-off is drastic. But anyways, I had a few trades on it, and, you know, I'd get in this mode of like actually putting on some profits and getting back in the right direction. And then I'd overstay my welcome and hold on to something too long and get caught. And I did that, I don't know, probably twice on BENE, and just decided, shit, I gotta move on. This one is dying off. And this is like what would happen all day long, is we'd have, because of all this momentum in one stock, it brings out so much volatility in all these other stocks that just will take off. And if you're quick to them and you're accurate and you can just hold magically like to the top, which is pretty incredibly hard to do, you know, you'd pan out well. But just so difficult today, so difficult, and I'm pretty upset. And I know, you know, I'm probably due for it, but you guys are gonna beat me up in the comments, and hey, that's, I guess, part of the process here. But yeah, I deserve it in the sense that I didn't follow any rules. I didn't have to practice any self-discipline. And to end the day here, also traded, there was 2 more stocks. Mark was another one. Mark, oh, look at this. This is disgusting. And now I see it after hours, it's blowing up. Man, this will just eat you up so much, especially if you go negative on some of these names. But today went on, you know, huge run. So hopped on the train, had a few good trades, and then once again I overstayed the welcome, and it had a massive sell up. This area kind of looked good in the sense that, you know, we ran up, pulled back, consolidating, hoping for another, you know, push higher, and it just reverses. Boom, sell off. Caught in that. Goes past VWAP and somehow magically crosses back over VWAP. Looks like it, you know, has some more momentum. Fades off again. So I think I got kind of tricked in that zone as well. But here we are. I mean, and it's just taking off after hours. Like it's crazy to. It's hard to really hold these stocks, and try to pick out the tops. I just struggle with that all day. Look at this other one, SGBX. This is my Hail Mary at the end of the day that just like really screwed everything up. I went from like 5,000 to 69, so 6,900. So the idea here was, look at this. It was going in throughout holds. There wasn't a whole lot of volume, but right in here, I was thinking, okay, let me just hop in. I'll hop in 1,000 shares and try to, because most likely this thing's going to explode and go to the upside. And I was right on that. However, I canceled my order right in here. because the halt was so long. I was just thinking, oh, this is going to open up after hours, and that's going to be crazy volatile. And anyways, I canceled out of that order, so I never got filled on it. And then I see it explode after hours. Get the FOMO. Jesus, well, now I got to hop in. So I hopped in and actually had a decent trade. It put me up an extra, I don't know, $300 on that one trade. And then it continues to run and go, shit, I guess I didn't hold long enough and I kind of missed the rest of the move. So as it peaks out here, I wait for a bit of a pullback. Hopped in. What does it do? It just flushes. Just flushes. And so instead of selling, instead of just dumping it, decide to hold. And look where it goes. Worse than where it, initially was at before the market closed. So just again and again and again, and I don't know. Got a lot of thinking to do, and I gotta work out these emotions because it ain't doing anybody any good. And I didn't want to do this recap, but I just had to share with you guys. So anyways, I hope you guys managed to be green today, and I hope you're up a huge amount, because if you are, props to you. That's incredible. But today just chewed me up so bad. So just shout out if you're red too. Let me know how your day went. You had some good trades, bad trades. I want to hear all about them. But that's it from me today, and yeah, I not much else to say, so I'll leave, and I'll see you guys on Monday, and I don't know. See you then. Take care.